All right, welcome to our Adobe Animate tutorial right here. Up on the screen, I've opened a couple things, and I'm going to get to a couple of these in a little bit. You may not land on the screen. What you may land if you're opening Adobe Animate for the first time is you may land on this learning screen. Now, depending upon the version of Adobe Animate that's installed, the learning screen might be different. So there's bouncing ball animation, creating a fire animation. There's all these different things. If you want to learn more, for example, using modern rigging stuff, there's all these different little tutorials that you could do. We're going to start with something slightly different. So from our D2L site, this one I like because it opens things up so that you can attempt to solve this however you want while learning animation. Now, I'm just going to get to some quick overview stuff. You're going to go on D2L and you're going to download the Get to School FLA file. Okay? Once you've downloaded it, if you downloaded it in Chrome, you could just click on that file and it'll open Adobe Animate for you. Or you could click open here and find it in your downloads. I've already opened mine, looks like 10 minutes ago, and I opened one 3 months ago, probably when I was doing it for the last semester stuff. I'm just going to click on one, and it's going to open it up in the program here. Now, it's opened it up, and if yours is anything like mine, I can't see everything. It's way zoomed in. So a couple things. Here is our toolbar with a bunch of different tools that we can explore. By hovering, you kind of get an idea of what those tools do. But I need to change my window a little bit. I like to customize things. I like to be able to see the whole thing. So I'm going to go 50%. And if this is different for you, you can move this around as well. I might move this up here, get this nicely going here. Okay, awesome. Now, there is a few other things that we want to start with. If yours is, the bottom here is zoomed in, like this where you can't see everything, you can just click this and you can zoom out. Now we can see that the whole thing is 150 frames. In here, if I click one, each one of these is a new frame. Even the ones with the circles are a new frame. All the way down to here. Now there's a little bit of a glitch in this one. If I were to hit play, actually before I do that, right above the frames, it shows the time. So in seconds. We can also get to it, I think, somewhere over here if we go to properties, and not this frames property, but maybe the entire document. Yeah, we can see that this screen is 1080, which is what we want, which is HD, right? That's our 1080 scale. And the FPS is, the frames per second is 15. That's why right here at 150 frames, we're at 10 seconds. So the whole idea of this little activity is you can start with any character you want. I'm going to jump back to the assets because if you wanted to, you could add one of these characters in and you could animate that character. If you really liked drawing, I'm going to show you how to do a stick figure drawing, and you can get a stick figure drawing from the one side to the other. If you wanted to look up some even Mario characters, you could do Mario characters or whatever characters you wanted to animate from the left side, somewhere over here. You want to get them to school, somewhere over here. Now, there's a couple really, no pun intended, but I like the pun now, key items that we're going to deal with. And there is one called a keyframe, one called a blank keyframe, one called a frame, and this one I have clicked, it's insert an auto keyframe. We're gonna go and we're gonna fix something using some of this stuff. Now if I hit play, there's nothing happens. All these frames are on the screen until the end right here. Something weird happens right there. See how all of a sudden the screen gets bigger and it kind of cuts off. We're going to fix that. So one of the differences here, and a key difference, is this is just a frame, a nice gray frame. We've got 150 frames happening. These dots, when we have a frame with a dot in it, that is a keyframe. And what that means is something new is happening. Now, it isn't necessarily something new. For example, if I came over here, and that's why I like this auto keyframe. And let me see, what do I have here? Layer 2, I don't think has anything on it. Oops. Layer Canon. Yeah, there's Canon. Oh, and there's a bullet bill and behind them. Let me just move this Canon up here to start. Now see what happened right there is when I moved it, because I have auto keyframe set up, it set up a brand new keyframe of what I just moved. So I moved the Canon. If I want to at that same spot move the bullet bill, it set up a keyframe for the bullet bill. Let's watch what happens now right at this important spot. Boom, they moved to their new spots, which is pretty neat. But maybe in an animation, I don't love something just jumping from here to here. There is a way that if I click in between those two keyframes, I can create a tween, which stands for in between. Let's see what's happening now. Now, notice it down here, the bullet bill does not have a tween to it. So I'm going to hit play. Oops. Spacebar is not play in Animate, which really throws me off. This one does everything in between. The other one just jumps there, which is kind of neat, right? So we've got these ideas now. A frame, nothing's changing. I want that background. All these things are on the screen for the whole time. A keyframe is a change in action of something, and it records that change in action. And a tween is, I don't want to do everything in between, so it'll do it for me. Now, I'm going to undo a bunch of that. Here's how I think that we should start. Control Z is still undoing this. Right down here, I'm going to delete this change. I don't like that. I'm going to delete that. Remove that frame. But now see, those two things are still on there, but our background isn't on there as long. So I need to insert a frame here to extend it. Now that'll remove that glitch. If we watch the end, it won't jump all over the place, it'll just end. So it's going, it's going, it's going, it's going, it's going. That frame's gone, and now we don't have the glitch. This is how I think we should start. You get to come up, I'm going to be showing you a whole bunch of different ideas on how we can get a character from here to the school in 10 seconds. Now that's our goal, is to try and get them there in 10 seconds. If you wanted to extend it and make it 15 seconds, you wanted to add more stuff, by all means, you can add more stuff. We want to problem solve and get our character to this side however we want. We can use this obstacle of the bullet bill. We can duplicate bullet bill and have multiple bullet bills. We can add other things if we want to. Whatever we want to try and get that character to the other side. Here are a few examples. So, in this example, a student used stick figure drawing, and here's what they created. This student was super good at animation. A lot of the time in animation, you want to over-exaggerate the landing and the movement of what the character is doing to make it more realistic. This student also put together a whole nice tutorial that I posted on our D2L site so you can get some of the ideas of what they're talking about and how they create stuff. You could always use these characters and try and get your character from this side to the other. That's another option. These ones you can just drag and drop in. There's our zombie. You can resize them using some of these tools over here. Maybe get them looking the right way. Some of them have some built-in animation things. You can explore those if you want to. See if that could be your character. Or, let me show you what another student did. So they added into layer 6 here. Let me just hit play and we'll see where these characters come from. There they are. So here they are over here. They went and they grabbed a bunch of different shots. Let's see, there's 3 of them. There they are. 1, 2, 3. 3 different shots of Mario. And this student actually went in and programmed, they didn't do any tweens. They could have done a tween to make it jump up, but they went in and they actually went frame by frame for, maybe they didn't like the physics of what it was doing. And if it's off of our screen here, it's not seen in the final video. So let's just hit play. It comes in. Here's our other ones. It's about to jump, so they're going to swap this one out and put that one in. There it is. If we look here at the next one, it's jumping down, jumping down, jumping down, jumping down. Oh, it landed, so they swap out that with the other one. Jumping again. Jumping again. And jumping till it gets to there. Okay, so in fast motion, this is what it looks like. So they didn't fix that little glitch at the end there. That's a key thing that I think we want to fix right away. But they didn't end up really using more than 3 different kind of angles to the person. In some of the ones, I've got like about 6. So the stick figure one is a little bit handy because what you can do is you can draw whatever you want. These zombie ones, if we pull in the zombie, I don't know if there's really too much that we can do with this zombie. I think he's just like this. And if we have him walk, like, it's going to be hard to make him jump. So there's limitations to each of the methods. You get to pick whatever method you like. And we're going to explore these ideas of keyframes, frames, and tweens to get our character from one side to the other. In some of the stuff, you'll be able to see this is just the starting point. If you can start to figure out this animate program, you can make some super creative stuff. But this is just one of the programs that you can create animations with.